guys, it's Vader here again, and this time I'm bringing you one of the quarterfinals in the top 8 cuts from the regional in Varberg, Sweden. And in this game we got Johan on the left and Simon on the right. Johan is flying triple aces here. He's got a TIE Advanced Darth Vader, Adaptability, TIE X1 title, Advanced Targeting Computer and Engine Upgrade. He's got a TIE Defender, and that's Colonel Vessery. And he's got Veteran Instincts and the TIE X7 title. And then he's got the Inquisitor in the TIE Advanced Prototype with Push the Lemmy Autothrusters and the TIE V1 title. A lot of TIE titles here. So that means he can make the pilots will go up or down on Vessery and Vader, so they can be 8s and stuff to make it easier for maneuver. And then here on the right we have Simon, and he is flying an Omicron group pilot with Palpatine. And then he's got 2 TIE Defenders. He's got Vessery with Tractor Beam, Adaptability and the TIE D title. And he's got Countess Ryad with also Tractor Beam, Adaptability and the TIE D title. This is going to be a fun matchup. We'll see here if Palpatine can help the 2 TIE Defenders defeat the triple Imperial Aces. I guess those TIE Ds with first a Tractor Beam shot to either reduce the Aces' agility or to move them or move them into arc of their fellow ships might work very well here if you get the hit through, because that's the trick when you face interceptors, TIE Advanceds and TIE Defenders with 3 green dice, evade tokens and stuff here, since the Johan's Vessery has the X7, so he's going to get the evade when he goes fast. So as you can see here, Simon is moving up on his right side. He landed on the outside, probably going to hard turn into the asteroid field, maybe not next turn, but the following one. And then the TIE Defender is just going straight towards the enemy. Johan is moving his aces on the bottom part of the screen here. And we'll see if this maneuvering into those rocks will be the deciding factor here. You know, who can maneuver through those rocks the best, utilize them for cover and not land on them. So Palpatine is doing a bank here, 2 banks, so next turn he can bank into those, in between those 2 rocks there. You have a nice field of fire directly into the asteroid field, where it looks like Johan's ships are going. The tricky part with the triple aces with the defender in them is like the defender is not as good as repositioning after its move, and also he wants the target locks from both Vader and the Inquisitor here. So you want to shoot with him before you shoot with the Inquisitor, because the Inquisitor tends to burn his target lock. Vader, however, tends to keep his to triggering the targeting computer. So we have a really aggressive move from Vader here. So either he barrel rolls to the right, tries to go around the enemy aces, which, just looking at it right now, I think that's the better option here. Avoid any shots this turn, and then come in from the side. But oh no, he's doing the opposite thing. He's using one of his actions to barrel roll straight in front of those guys. That means if he's hit by a tractor beam, he could either be on the rock or even barreled into arc with a shuttle, it looks like. And still he's going to take a lot of damage from 2 TIE Defenders. Well, if he can do enough damage back, I guess it's not the end of the world though. So he's going to do a slow 1 bank with the Inquisitor there, and then he's going to target lock Ryad, if Ryad is the red one, but I think that's who it is. And then he gets his free evade. And, well, there's going to be a lot of shots this turn. So the question is, can Johan's aces damage Ryad enough here? So that looks like 3 hits. And that looks like 2 evades, I think. I don't know if he's thinking about using Palpatine as well. No, he's going to take 1, maybe 2 shields off. And then we have Vessery, Johan's Vessery here. And he's going to get the target lock and use the target lock for 3 hits, spending the focus as well. And then Ryad's green dice here. Looks like it takes another shield. Still not using Palpatine here. And then we have Vader. A hit and 1 crit from the target computer, which looks like spending Palpatine there to avoid everything. So Ryad is shieldless, but still has 3 hit points. And now it's time for return fire from the TIE D defenders here. So it's going to be... I guess this is Vessery first, with his tractor beam on Vader. So he's going to get the target lock and use it. He spends the focus for 3 hits from the tractor beam. And I don't think that's enough, because there's looks like 1 blank. So -1 agility, and now he can barrel Vader either onto the rock or in front, so the shuttle can shoot as well. And looks like that's what he's doing. And this will also put Vader close to that big rock, which means he can't really go to the left next turn. He needs to go either over the rock or turn to the right. And then we're going to have Ryad at range 1. No, this is the primary from Vessery. So it's like 1, getting the target lock and nothing. Vader only has 2 green dice, so it looks like it was safely evaded anyway. So now we're going to have Ryad's tractor beam. And that looks like 3 hits. We'll go versus Vader's 2 greens. So he's going to lose another point of agility here. And now we have the primary, 4 dice. Versus Vader's 1. Target lock. Looks like 4 hits. And Vader will only have... Oh yeah, he rolled way too many dice. So... I think he rolled too many. Shouldn't he have just 1? But doesn't matter, because he didn't get anything. So Vader is now shieldless and takes 2. 1 hit, 1 crit. So he gets a stress, it looks like. And then we're going to have a range 2 shot from the shuttle here as well, trying to finish Vader off in 1 round. And looks like 3 hits. Which means he is dead. Maybe the tractor beam from Ryad did nothing. Or still, doesn't matter. Vader is down. So we have a 3 hit point left Countess on Simon's side, the other right one. The red defender there. And we have a dead Vader already. Vader tends to be the first one that goes down in the AAA build. But I think Johan should have barreled to the right instead and try to get behind them with Vader, because the TIE defenders, yes, they can K-turn, but they, if you have Vader from one direction and the Inquisitor from another, they can't target both. So next turn, Vader, or the shuttle here is banking in, having a nice field of fire straight into the asteroid field, which is probably where the Inquisitor will end up here. He might just do a slow move, but I think he will have trouble getting out of arc anyway. So we have a Ryad K-turn there on a 3, it looks like. He's probably going to target lock. No? Oh, we have the target lock is already from the shuttle on Johan's Vessery. So Simon's Vessery will have his target lock anyway. And then there's the K-turn 4 standard from Vessery, and I guess he's going to take a focus. And we have the Inquisitor, so this could be a 1 bank. Yes, which means he will have a nice range 1 shot, which he always has, so that really doesn't matter. And he will be taking shots from the shuttle. So he's going to have to use target lock, get the evade, and takes the focus from push. And then we have because the K-turn won't fit there, he would end up on the rock, so there's a 3 bank, which means he will have shots at the Palpatine shuttle. However, both enemy defenders are at range 1, and with tractor beams and primary weapons, they can do some damage. So he's going to try to barrel to get out of arc from Vessery. which I think is the smart move here. He did have an evade anyway, and then he would only take fire from Ryad and the shuttle. And the Ryad cannot tractor beam him back into arc from Vessery, I think, here, because Vessery is going to shoot before her. So this is probably the... I don't know why he rolled 4 dice. Looks strange there. Might have been. I don't know what that was, but nothing happened. So here's... Okay, maybe I was his defense. No, he shouldn't be shooting first. So maybe that was into the shuttle. And this is the Inquisitor into Ryad, which looks like using Palpatine to keep her safe. So there's no shot, and then we have Ryad. So yeah, the first attack from Johan was into the Omicron. He lost 2 shields from the Omicron group pilot. So this is Ryad's tractor beam. And he blanks that, so he needs to spend his evade token not to get tractored. And then the primary from Ryad, so it looks like 2 hits. And that looks like 1 evade, maybe 2. And then we have the shuttle shooting at him. Spinning the target lock, looks like 4 hits. At least 1, 2. So he's going to lose 2 shields from Vessery there. And then we're on to the new round here. So not much happened. No damage to Simons. Well, the shuttle lost 2 shields, and then Vessery lost 2 shields on Johan's side. So this is still an uphill battle for Johan here. For as long as the shuttle is in the game here. Okay, he decides to go forward, not stalling, preventing Vessery from K-turning, but I think Johan probably thinks he's going to do the stop there. So he's probably not going to do the K-turn. Because that would be the obvious to just block the K-turn. Then we have a K-turn from Ryad. I mean, when you find the perfect spot for that, you can just K-turn away, remove, as long as you have the enemy there. Target lock on the Inquisitor. And then we have a 4K from Vessery. Taking a focus token. And then we have... Let's see what he did with Vessery here. I guess it's a 5 straight, because I think that was the... No, he did the K-turn. So he outguessed Simon's not stopping move there. So he gets his evade and takes the target lock. Then we have the Inquisitor. That looks like a bump, so maybe that's what you wanted with the shuttle move there. Yeah, you wanted to bump the Inquisitor. So this means 2 tidies will be shooting at the Inquisitor here without tokens. He's not taking any damage yet, and there might be Autothrusters on the Vessery shot, range 3 now, but we'll see. So first of all, it's going to be Johan's Vessery into the back of the shuttle. So 4 hits, it looks like. I'm getting nothing back, so I think that's all of the shields and 1 damage into the Lambda. And then we have no shots from the Inquisitor. And now we have Vessery here. If he can tractor beam Vessery here, he can move him so that the shuttle can shoot as well. Well, that's going to be horrible. And he will have 2 tractor beam possibilities to do that. So he's going to use the Vessery ability to reroll. He's going to reroll all of them. And I don't think that was any better, so he has nothing from the tractor beam. So then he's going to shoot the primary. or maybe not. I don't know what this is. Just, oh yeah, of course it's no. This is a tractor beam. So this will. Aha. Okay, so he didn't use that. So both of those attacks was the tractor and then the primary from Vessery. They all missed. But now the tractor from Ryad is tractoring him, the Inquisitor here, so that the shuttle will be able to shoot him. And it's also going to be range 1 on the primary here. So this is 4 dice on 2, which is going to spend the target lock. So 3 hits and only 2 green dice. And that looks like 1. So 2 shields down, or all the shields down on the Inquisitor. And then we have the Palpatine shuttle here. And that looks like he's going to use Palpatine for 3 hits maybe. And he takes... yeah. He's taken the Inquisitor off the board as well there. So now it's just a TIE Defender with 1 shields down. So he's got 2 shields and 3 hit points on Vessery here. Versus all of Simon's lists. And the shuttle is at half points here, but doesn't matter since it's a quarterfinal, you need to win. And now we're just going to get Palpatine out of here. Try to keep the shuttle alive, to use Palpatine's abilities for as long as possible. And he's going to take the target lock, so Vessery can use that for the rest of the game probably here. And then we have Ryad 1 banking, and maybe a barrel roll here. No, he decides to just focus. There's another 1 bank. So the slowest move straight is a 2 straight, which probably will take Johan's Vessery into the arc of the enemy Vessery there. We'll say, oh, he's doing a 3, so yeah, that will definitely be a shot. And with a barrel roll, you could get him into arc of the tractor beams. Barrel rolling from TIE D Vessery could get the enemy Vessery into the arc of the Countess. But it's Johan's shot first here. So I guess he's going to take target lock, yeah, Ryad, because she has down all her shields. So you just need 3 hits to go through. So, spending the target lock, so maybe 4 hits. Maybe 2 hits, 2 crits even. And 2 evades it looks like, so I think he's going to spend Palpatine as well. And only take 1. I think it's a direct hit. So the Countess is down to her last hit point. Or hull point. So now we have Simon's Vessery here, range 1 tractor beam. He's going to use the target lock, of course, because he can always do that. So it looks like spending the focus for 3 tractor beam hits. And he's going to spend the evade token to stay safe. And now it's going to be 4 of the primaries versus unmodified defense dice, so this is going to hurt. So it looks like 2 hits, and then he's going to use it virtual target lock here. So 3. And looks like nothing. So 1 crit goes through. So that was a major explosion, but it did not turn into anything worse. So he now has 2 hit points left on his Vessery as we go into the next round here. Okay, so Palpatine is just going to stay put, maybe see if that might be a bump. You want to avoid the enemy from the enemy defender. Ooh, from catering. That's a brave move. I think she might be on the rock. No, it looks like she just barely fit. That might have been Johan's chance here. Because of 1-on-1 shots. Here she could take her off. Or he can still take her off the board before she's shooting. But having her on a rock is always better. And here's another K-turn. So I guess a hard turn from the Vessery, but that's a red move unless you do the hard 3, and the hard 3 is probably not the one you do here. Oh, it looks like he's doing a 5 straight. He's trying to bug out here. Which might have been the best possible move here. because if he barrel rolls, there will be no one shooting at him. Yep. And that's what Johan decides to do here, so that's a good call. Okay, sorry about that. So we go into the dials, new turn here. So Palpatine is going to do a, let's see, one bank towards the enemy's Vessery there. If you can get the shuttle back in the action here, get another round or two from shooting from it, it's just a big bonus here. And we have Ryad. He might be hard turning one here maybe, but no. He is going to K-turn again. He's stuck here, K-turning all over the place. And then we have, is he hard turning 3 here? Yes, that's the move he's doing. I think that's the best possible option here, because if the enemy Vessery is either K-turning or going for the shuttle, he will have shots on him. And he will always have target lock, since the Lambda decided to target lock it earlier. And he's also hard turning 3 away here. So Johan wants the distance to come around here, setting up, because he wants to avoid having more than one ship shooting at him every turn. Because as long as it's just 1-1, he still has a chance here. He decides to barrel. I think that might have taken him out of arc. Let's find out. Yeah, it looks like it. And there's range for Ryad, which means if she hits with the tractor beam, you can just pull him back in. So she is using the focus there. And it looks like spending the evade token makes him not be hit by the tractor beam. And then we have the primary. And we have to remember there is a rock in between as well, so it's going to be 5 greens for Johan here. He decided not to spend the target lock because it's probably not going to hit anyway. So yeah, new turn. And Johan has to either K-turn here or just run away, because I think there will be 2 ships shooting at him no matter what he does. Sorry, that's a hard 2 from the shuttle, setting up the last shots from it this game here. I can't see it coming back in the fight again after this pass. But it might not need it. It might have killed enemy Vessery by then. This shuttle has been very effective here due to the defender's tractor beaming Johan's ships into its arc. Straight by the Countess and a hard 3 by Simon's Vessery there. So there's really nowhere Johan can move his Vessery without taking at least 1 shot. But he's doing the K-turn. So that'll be 2 shots. If there is range, at least 1-on-1 between the Vesseries. Maybe the Lambda? Okay, so Vessery first. He's measuring here. So yeah, no. It's going to be Vessery on Vessery. And that looks like 1. And that's... Nope, he does not evade, and he will not use Palpatine on defense. So he takes a shield from Vessery. And then he's going to shoot back with the tractor beam. And looks like 2 hits so far. He could always reroll using his ability. No, he decides to use his token. Okay, yeah. And that looks like 2 blanks, which means the tractor beam actually hits. And now the question is, do you boost him closer, because then the shuttle will probably have a shot as well. Oh, he decides to barrel roll him instead. Maybe there will be a range on arc for Ryad instead. So then we have the primarist, and maybe that's the point. If you would have barreled him forward, it might have been range 2 as well. But now it's just using the target. Oh, he's using Palpatine. So 3. And that looks like... Oh, he rolled 1 too many, because he lost the agility here. So he needs to spend both of his tokens and take 1 damage. It was a crit, I can't see what it does. but it was not a direct hit at least. It looks like he's the one that gave him stress. So yeah, now there is range for Ryad, so there was an okay move, yeah. Okay, so tractor beam first, just one. Or maybe just nothing, so yeah, straight into primary. So she's gonna use the target lock and her focus. And that's the end of the game. Good game, guys. Really nice to see defenders on the table here, and especially since we have both versions of the defenders here. And in this matchup, the Tidys were obviously the most potent ones. The tractor beam did a lot of work in this game, so it was fun to see those new cards really come into play here. And as I said, I think the barrel roll with Vader should have been in the other direction in the opening exchange here, to have him go behind them. Even if they K-turn, you know, they can't be facing every turn or every direction. Okay, so thank you for watching.